Hi, this is Carleigh Beverly. I play the voice of Dakota. And you may want to preserve this for prosperity. People are going to look back on this and see where my path to stardom began. That's right. You are listening to the Bois podcast right here with Joe and me.
Oh, but I did see a chimp catch a lucky break. And now that you're done, get out.
Dakota!
Hey there! Dakota here, and I'm here
And Maria!
Oh, yes. 3 more coats ought to do it.
Oh, whoa! Who said you could pan away?
Don't push me, Blondie.
Sam still like Dakota?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Bois podcast. My guest today is an actress, voice actress. You may have seen her as Tanya in Connor Undercover, Geneva, and Mudpit, and you may have heard her voice as Dakota, aka Dakota Zoid in Total Drama Revenge of the Island, and many more. So welcome Miss Carleigh Beverly. Welcome, Carleigh.
Hello! Hi! It's your favorite Total Drama cast member, Dakota here. And I just wanted to say that I am so honored to be on Du Bois podcast talking to Joe. And hi to all the fans. I'm sure you're equally as honored to have me. Thank you to all who have been constant fans to Dakota and those still calling me Dakota Zoid. Chris. This podcast will go down in history as part of Dakota's path to ultimate stardom.
Thank you, Carleigh. So, Carleigh, what have you been up to? How are you doing? How's Carleigh doing?
I'm good. It's so nice to talk to you. I'm like a big fan, so this is a fun day for me.
Thank you. I'm a big fan of yours. Like, you're very talented at acting and voice acting, Carleigh. So.
Thanks. Oh, thanks so much.
You're welcome. Like, I don't know if you noticed the people I've had on my show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's amazing. It's so fun to go back and talk about it too, you know? Like, It's such a fun, and now that they have, I think it's on Netflix now too, so it's kind of making this resurgence, and especially with Total Drama Revenge of the Island, I think it was like its 10-year anniversary this year. So It's been on for a while. So it's always nice to kind of go back and refresh that kind of Dakota time for Total Drama, for me in particular.
Well, before I ask you my next question, you want to see the video question I have for you, your coaster?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, it's loading. Because I asked this person, I said, can I please send a question for her? They really are excited that I got you. By the way.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Okay. You'll be like, oh my god, when you see this. Okay, sorry, Carleigh.
I'm nervous.
Okay. Here you go. Let me turn up the volume too so you could hear it. Okay. Can you see it because of the glare? All right, wait, let me turn on my brightness. I'm sorry, Carleigh. Sorry. Can you see it now?
Oh my god, I think I can. I think it's my love.
Yes. Okay. I don't know if you can see it with the glare. I'm sorry, Carleigh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there you go.
As handsome as ever.
Okay. There you go.
Hey, Dakota, how you doing? It's me, Sam. So I have a question for you. Who's your favorite Total Drama character? No pressure!
I have a question too. So who were your influences growing up, and who are they now?
Oops, sorry, Carleigh. I got a message. Sorry. Sorry, Carleigh.
That's okay.
There you go.
Who are my influences growing up?
Yes.
Oh, okay. For anything like voice or just like people.
You can do both. That helps.
Oh.
Both.
Okay. I really, really liked. This is gonna sound so odd, but I liked a little bit of like the older. I don't know if you would know, but like Betty Davis and.
Ooh, I know. Okay.
Yeah, so the kind of like 1950s like wide-eyed performers that just gave so much to their faces. I thought that was a type of acting that I really appreciated, and I found myself so like enthralled by their performances, and that's what kind of led me to do that kind of acting or stage work. I thought it was so beautiful. In terms of like voice acting and stuff, I thought Tracy Hoyt is so good, and I'm not going to say that I'm a past fan because my passion is still very much alive for Sailor Moon. So Sailor Moon was huge for me. So I would say, and honestly, for voice stuff, I think when I was younger and hearing my own voice and people saying, "Oh, your voice is so unique," I would hear a lot of not really comparisons, but like Sugar Baby was quite popular back then too. It was like when she made her big boom. So I was like, oh yeah, like that kind of voice, I can do this, because I kind of feel like that's such a unique voice as well. And so that gives me like, confidence to maybe try and go out there. So the kind of like old timey, like beautiful, big, elaborate performers, and then these like awesome Sailor Moon type go-getting girls were kind of my my influences, my go-getter spirit to go and do it.
Now, how about favorite total drama character then? Since Sam has that for you, so yeah.
I mean, I think I have to pick my man. I think I have to pick the love of Dakota's life, because he just showed how much he loved everything about her under the surface as well. And I just think he just has the kindest heart on the show, So I got to pick my dude.
Yeah. Are you happy with the little surprise? Are you happy with the little surprise, the little video message?
That was so beautiful. I was not expecting that. That's so lovely. And you know what's so funny? I never did any recording with him. So, yeah, like I did most of my recording by myself. So that was nice to kind of see his face too, being like, oh, you.
He's cool too. Like his also normal voice is Sam, and a little bit of his other character Harold. I don't know if you know the character Harold from Total Drama. Mm-hmm. That's what his normal voice sounds like. It's like a mixture of the two characters.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm so glad he did that.
Yeah. Thank you, Carleigh. Yeah. Now, Carleigh, can you walk me through the audition process? Like, how did you get the role of Dakota? How did you get the role?
Oh my goodness. I think it was maybe one of my first big auditions. Before, I think I was going for or like auditioning for more commercial stuff. So like, the recordings that you hear on the radio for like Tim Hortons or something, those kind of one-liners. And I remember my first gig that I got, I played like a talking dog toy. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a big deal. And the audition was, I believe, Dakota's actual audition tape. So it was very lengthy. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to kind of, really sink my teeth into this and see if I can find my character. But as you've astutely mentioned, it's not far from my voice. So I think I auditioned and maybe there was one callback, but it wasn't very long. Like, I really feel like that was kind of what they envisioned for Dakota. So I think I maybe had one callback, which is where they narrow it down to a few people that they would maybe want. And then you re-audition with a couple other scenes. And then, and then I think my agent called and said, you got it. And when I went into the room for my first recording, I don't know if they did this with anyone else, but they played my audition back. And so they were like, just so you know, this was your audition and this is why we wanted to go with you. Like, this is the voice that we're going to use for Dakota. So now let's play with it,
Wow, that is really cool.
I will say I never auditioned for Dakotazoid, nor did I ever think that was going to happen. So I had to figure out that voice in the middle.
That's crazy, like how they turn her from like a human to like a mutant creature looking, like it's crazy. What the heck?
It was so weird too, because like I think I've seen a couple of your other podcasts where the other characters who come on or the other people that you interview talk about how you're reading the script and you're reading to see, is it my turn to get off the island? And I got kicked off and I was like, oh man, I guess it's my time to go. And then I get a call being like, we're going to bring you back. And I was like, wait, what? And then I think like between the mix of getting kicked off again, they're like, we're gonna keep bringing you back. It's gonna be part of Dakota's character where she just doesn't leave the show. She just keeps sneaking her way back in. So it was just kind of funny where I was just like, I don't know if I ever really go. I can't trust the scripts anymore until they really start making me a monster. And I'm like, oh no, poor Dakota,
Yeah. I keep hearing like theories like online too. Like I don't know if you realize that too when you're reading the lines. I think she said she wanted like to leave a big impact. Like she wants something big to happen to her too. And look what happened to her.
Yes. Yes. At the end of her audition tape, she goes, I'm going to be the biggest thing ever. And then sure enough, they make her like 9 feet tall and like hairy elbows and green hair. And she's like, maybe not that. That's not really what I meant, guys. For Dakota. And you know what? I think it's so funny that people are still like, there are people that were like, Dakota didn't deserve that. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if you feel this way, Joe. Do you feel like maybe Dakota deserved a little bit of what she got, or do you think that maybe they were a little bit of like mutant attacks on her?
They did her dirty. They should have never done that to her. They should have never. Come on,
You think that? I appreciate that.
Yeah, because I've seen worse things from other characters. Like, for example, Heather. Heather. She did worse. Like, she was being mean, or what the heck? You know what I mean?
Really? Oh, I thought Dakota was like getting under a lot of people's skin for sure, but she didn't deserve to be like thrown out of that barrel and not even one word to speak. Chris is like, do you have anything to say? I do. And then they just fling her out of there. I'm like, you're done talking. Yeah, making her work, making her be one of those like, volunteers.
Crazy.
Quite a lifestyle now.
Now, what would you say is your favorite voice acting role and favorite acting role you've done? You choose your favorite role.
Ooh, I will say a lot of the things I really like doing are on stage. So I really like performing on stage. Some of my favorite memories too was when I was a kid actually, and I went to the National Ballet School for dance, and they every year have this show, the Nutcracker, and they put on the Nutcracker every year, and I played like the lead Marie who like gets the Nutcracker, and so that kind of stuff I think is like some of my favorite moments in my life. And if they asked me today if I could go back on stage and do it, I think I could do every single step. It was just so ingrained in my head. For voice work, I think Dakota was so challenging. Like she ended up being quite challenging for me in terms of going from Dakota to like Dakotazoid. But some of my favorite ones were probably when I did this show called Mud Pit. And it's half animated, half live action. And I just thought like the animated parts for the character that I played on Mud Pit she was so fun. Like she was kind of like Dakota, but like she's again like this really like strong-willed girl. And she was me, like I played her anyways in the live action, but like some of the voice work was just super, super fun. I had a great time doing that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't mind, I know you did some of it early on. Can you do like Dakota turning into like not turning, but yeah, like Dakotazoid, if you could. Sorry.
Joe, do you really think that I'm gonna turn into Dakotazoid that easily for you? Just kidding.
That is so cool. I'm sorry, but like Total Drama, believe it or not, is my favorite show of all time, Carleigh. So.
Of all time.
Yes. And
do you have a favorite season?
Ooh, favorite season? No, or character you're talking about? Character.
I'll just leave it at season for now.
Season. Well, if I had to, can I give you my rank? I give you my rankings of the season.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. My first choice. I'm sorry, but it's World Tour, the singing season, because I love the songs. I'm sorry.
I'll allow it. They do have songs. That's okay.
Okay. The second season, Revenge of the Island.
All right. Oh, second best. I'll take it.
Third, Island, the first season. And go with the OG season.
You have to go with the OGs too. Yeah, they really made that show what it was too,
Then we got fourth season. We got for Paktu Island. That's what I choose for my fourth favorite. That's the sixth season. Then we got All Stars, and then Action's my least favorite, but still my favorite.
That is good. Yeah, I mean that's a great ranking. Good, sweet.
I've probably seen like each season like 15 times. So.
15 times?
Yeah.
Now, do you go through them in order, or do you go with the ones that you like the ranking?
Well, it depends. Like one time before, like I went to them, like of course, like all in order. But then with my niece, my little sister, the one that drew, like I call her niece sister, the one that drew the pictures, she wanted to go in reverse order for some reason. Like she wanted to go 6, 5, 4. I'm like, what? But we'll try it. I mean, yeah.
Well, that's fun too. And I guess you can go in whatever order you really want to, right? Except with like All Stars, but yeah, you can put on any episode at any time and it'll still be like super fun to watch. You won't be like totally, what just happened?
And I was thinking eventually too, when I get like everybody from Total Drama, watch it again though, and I'll be like, oh my god, that's, for example, that's Carleigh, that's Brian, that's so and so. You know, like, I'll be like, oh my god.
So how did you introduce your niece or your little sister? Like, how did you make the introduction for her to Total Drama Island? Were you like, I'm going to sit you down and tell you about the most amazing TV show ever. You're going to be blown away. Like, did you have to sit her down and be like, this is going to be amazing?
Basically, yeah, I was like, this is going to be really cool. You really like the, like, the art style is so cool too. The characters, what they look like, you know? And like the characters, what they look like, sound like. I like the voices are so cool too.
Yeah. And if you could be on a season, what season would you want to be on?
Probably I'm sorry, but World Tour because I like singing. So I can't sing good though. So.
Oh, nice.
Thank you. Because I love Total Drama again. Like it was a big part of my childhood. I started watching it, like it was back in like 2007, 2008. I was like 6 or 7 years old, Carleigh. So
that's amazing. And if you were a character, would you want your character to look more like you, or would you want a completely different look for a character?
Maybe like look like me, because that'd be cool. Like that's Joe, you know.
Yeah, you wouldn't be confused.
Yeah. Now, I think you kind of said it already. When recording for Dakota, did you know that she become Dakota's wife? Did you know that? No.
I did not, and in fact, I'm not entirely sure if they did either, because I think Joe, and I think this is a little bit of like a behind the scenes scoop. I'm not entirely sure if they were prepared to bring Dakota back. Like I genuinely thought, and I think that they thought that Dakota was going to leave and she wasn't going to come back. But when I vaguely remember going back into the studio being like, well, here I am again. And I think they were like, you know what? We like got a big response from Dakota. So we're going to add her back in. And I think, honestly, she got added back into episodes. So they created this Dakotazoid on the fly, kind of like as they were creating the show. So yeah, I got a little bit lucky like that, because I'm not entirely sure if that was going to be her ultimate lifeline or like timeline on the show. I think they added her back in.
Do you think they should ever become? I don't think that's possible. But do you think she'll ever become human again? I don't think that's possible, is it?
I don't know. I'm sure if there was anything to turn her into Dakotazoid, there could be something to turn her back. Whether Chris or anybody would give her that, you would have to ask him. And you'd have to ask him very nicely. But I don't think he would. I think he'd like to keep her like that. And maybe she's stuck on the island still. Who knows?
Now, if you heard, did you hear about the 2 new seasons in Total Drama? Did you hear?
Yeah.
You did. Now,
are you? I'm sure you're like ready for it to come out already.
That'd be cool if Dakota came back, though, you know?
I know. That would be so funny. It'd be nice if there's like little, what are they called? Easter eggs, or like little like snippets of characters here and there, like just for like one line, just for like the fans and the people who have been watching it for so long, just to give them a little glimmer of like, Zoe's out there, and then there's Dawn, and Dawn's just sitting in a tree. She doesn't say anything, but she's just sitting in a tree, and we just walk by her. But only you guys would know,
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
When I asked like Ryan about it, the one that plays your guy Sam, when I asked about the 2 new seasons, he was nervous and he winked.
Oh.
So.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe he's coming back.
Maybe Sam's coming back. Maybe there's a new character for him too. You never know.
Never know. Now, these next questions, believe it or not, someone also recommended you too to go come on the podcast. Their name is Lisa Queen, Blink of the Blink. They have 3 questions for me to ask.
Whoa. Okay.
They said, do you ship Dakota with anyone else besides Sam?
How could I ever do that to my Samuel? The only time I think I would ever do something like that would be with maybe Lightning, because we would look pretty gorge together. But last time I checked, he wasn't the nicest to me, so I'm gonna stick with my boy Sam. I think Lightning called me dumb.
Yeah, he did. I'm sorry, but he did.
So, no.
Now, they also ask, is there any other characters you voice act? Because you've done acting. Any other characters you voice act?
Is it on Total Drama?
In general. Sorry. Sorry.
Not at the moment. The last thing I did for voice acting was I did a character on a video game called Far Cry, the newest Far Cry that came out. So I did a little bit of that. And she is a little bit like Dakota. She's a socialite, and not for like the PG fans, but she does not survive. So yeah. So I did, that was the last thing that I did. And then just still kind of doing like the radio ads and stuff. But right now I've actually started, I'm working a little bit now just in the field. Like I work with kids at the moment. So that's kind of what I'm doing as well.
And would you, I don't know if you consider, would you consider, like, I know it's like live action and animation, would that be considered a little bit of voiceover? You did.
Oh my gosh, for sure. Yeah, we did. We would shoot all the live action, and then we would shoot the recording, like in a completely separate schedule, and that was so much fun.
Now, the last question I have for that person, they say, where can I watch the other episodes of One Pit? Like, where can they watch episodes?
Oh, good question. I believe some of them are on YouTube. I don't know. You know what? I will check back in with you, and I'll send you, Joe, if I find something, I'll send it to you, and then you can send it to her. Is that okay?
That works.
Last time I thought the episodes were on YouTube, but maybe not. Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, I'll let them know. Because they were really happy. Like, because when I told them I might be getting, I don't want to spoil the film. I might be getting her. I don't know.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay, I see it.
I said, can you ask her these questions, please? And I'm like, sure.
Nice. Well, that's nice. Well, thank you. What was her name?
Lisa Queen, Blink of the Blink. Oh, that's the username on YouTube.
Thank you very much, Lisa Queen, Blink of the Blink. Those were excellent questions, and I had fun answering them. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lisa. Now, if you were really on an island, what 3 famous people, dead or alive, Carleigh, would you bring with you on your island?
What 3 famous people, dead or alive, would I bring with me on the island? Okay.
Get it? Because they almost like told y'all around.
Yeah. I think I would have to bring somebody really smart. So I think I would bring somebody like a pretty top inventor. You know what I mean? Like Nikola Tesla or something. Because I would be like, help me get off this island, you inventor. Like Albert Einstein, maybe, just to be like, how do we get off of here? I think I would maybe bring like an entertainer, somebody, if we're stuck on there for a while, then maybe bring somebody who's entertaining, like a Bruno Mars or like a Michael Jackson, just to be like, hey, can you just perform? We're kind of bored on this island right now. There's not much to do. And that could be fun. And then maybe I would bring somebody like, I would say to bring like an animal, but they have to be a person. Okay.
What kind of animals? Out of curiosity, what kind of animal? Just out of curiosity.
I think I would just bring like a dog, like a companion dog, just so that I wouldn't, everyone needs a little bit of a companion and animal. Can I say that?
That could work.
Okay. So like somebody really smart to help me off the island. So like an inventor of sorts, or like a performer for sure, like Beyonce or something, just to help us pass the time. And then like a fun animal to play with. What would you? Who would you?
Oh, that's tough. See, I can't, because an inventor would be cool.
Yes, no, you have to say. If I have to say, you have to say.
Well, I could tell you my favorite singer of all time. I'll tell you that. Do you know who Freddie Mercury is at all?
Yeah, he's only like the best singer of all time.
A lot of people I know don't know who he is, so that's why I'm asking her.
That's wild. But he is. He's known for having like one of the most beautiful voices of all time.
That'd probably be my entertainer pick. Survivalist? I don't know. Maybe like I don't know. Honestly, that's tough because there's so many good survival people. You know what I mean, it's hard to choose. You know what I mean?
But yeah, Fred. So I'm sure you've watched like the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did you think of Rami Malek's portrayal of Freddie Mercury?
That was really good. I thought that was really good.
Oh, okay.
Did you like it?
I did. I thought it was really fun. I think he did like a very good job of Freddie Mercury. But Freddie Mercury is like so larger than life, right? Like it's very hard to emulate somebody who is of that caliber. But he did a very good job considering it's like kind of you can't really for Freddie.
Okay.
But like yeah, and the voices that they used, some of them weren't even Freddie Mercury's voice, and you're like, that's amazing because it sounds quite similar.
Do you know who is that voice? Those people that did. You thought it was him, but you know who it is. I can tell you. It's just one of the voices.
You can? You know who it is?
Yeah. Because they said for some of the singing parts, it would be Mark Martel, who sounds really close. Not like Freddie, because no one could plays Freddie, but really close to Freddie.
Whoa.
Mark Martel.
So if you had the choice of being able to sing, right? If you were like, because you said you want to be on All Stars to sing, but you said you can't sing. But if I gave you the gift of a voice, but I was like, it has to be this person's voice, would you choose Freddie Mercury's voice?
Probably.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Because I'll find you, my mom, she like raised me on 70s and 80s music. Big fan of those.
Yeah, me too. Do you know like the Guess Who?
Ooh, that's a good, man. Yeah. I know the answers.
I love the Guess Who. And Creedence Clearwater Revival?
Ooh, I think they sing that. I can't sing the. I can't sing the. I can't sing the. I'm trying.
Yeah. Oh, I love that kind. The only thing that I will say right now is I am kind of not into like, I don't follow pop as much. But if you know of the singer Hosier or Hosier.
Oh, Hosier. Isn't it the Take Me to Church guy? He sings Take Me to Church.
So I really like his voice. He's got like he's like my Freddie Mercury. I'm like, I think you have such an amazing voice. I could listen to. Yeah. Maybe I'd bring him on the island too.
So if I ever got him,
grab fruits from the trees for us to eat.
So if I ever got him on the podcast, would you want to meet him?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Would you? Yes, I'm assuming.
I don't know. I would be really nervous. I'd probably be like this. It would be so hard for me to. I would have to maybe do what my man Sam did and like pre-record, so I wouldn't like stumble over my words or like forget my own name. You know.
I actually, believe it or not, a couple of days ago, I'm posting tomorrow an interview with this big musician people like. Do you know the band Big Time Rush at all? Have you heard of them?
Oh yeah.
Well, Kendall from Big Time Rush. I am the lead singer.
Oh, okay.
Blonde hair.
Oh yeah.
I'm posting him tomorrow.
Oh nice. How was that? Was that fun?
He was nice. He was funny. He also sang some songs on the podcast, which is pretty cool.
That's beautiful. Oh no. Well, I can't sing anything for you.
You did your cool voices.
I can turn into a monster though.
Did you ever see the show New Girl at all before, Carleigh?
I love New Girl. Do you know what though? I will tell you, I only watched it for the first time in the pandemic. I had never seen it when it originally aired, and I only watched it in the pandemic, and it became one of my favorite shows. I've watched that in its entirety quite a fair bit of times. It's so funny.
Because I had on, do you know who Schmidt is from New Girl? I'm assuming.
Yes!
I had him on twice. I had him on my show.
How was that?
Oh, he's hilarious. Oh my god.
So funny. I feel like he added so much. He was like a character. Schmidt was like his own character, you know? Like very animated. And he was amazing. So funny.
He's actually been at Carleigh coming back on for part 3. And I can make this happen. Would you want to meet him?
Oh my gosh, don't do this to me, Joe. Don't do this, Joe. I can't. Do you know what's actually really funny? So do you remember the character on New Girl that was Cece's boyfriend before Schmidt? His name.
That guy. That guy.
He
What's
was
his name?
tall.
Do you know his name? I'm bad at names. Why
am I missing the name?
Sorry.
I
know
know.
you're talking about, though. I've seen the guy.
Actor, I mean, his actual name is Nelson, but he what was his name on the show? Anyways, so you know who I'm talking about, right?
Okay.
I actually got him to say happy birthday to my partner because we were such big fans of his on New Girl. I got the cameo and I messaged him being like, we're such huge fans. Can you say happy birthday? And he did, and it was actually so nice. He sent such a beautiful video message of a happy birthday.
Wow.
So that's as far as I can go. Schmidt is nerve-wracking because he's so good,
He's super cool. Believe it or not, after he's. I don't know if you knew. Do you know he wrote a children's book? Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
He wrote a children's book. He actually signed it and then sent it to me.
That's amazing.
Really
and
cool.
do you read it to your niece sister?
Yes.
Is it funny or is it?
Oh, it's funny. It's goofy. It's goofy.
It's goofy.
It's goofy.
Oh, nice. That's beautiful.
Because it's called I don't want to read this book. That's what it's actually called.
I don't want to be this book.
I don't want to read this book. Sorry.
I don't want to read this book.
Yes.
That's the book called.
Yes. Is there a role you would love to portray that you haven't done, but you want to do, in a movie, TV show, play? Is there a role you would love to do?
Yeah, a lot. I think I would really like to play. Maybe because sometimes I really like to play dramatic parts. And there was this one voice gig that I had, but unfortunately it never went, but it was called Spynet. And that was really fun. I played a spy and it was super dark and a little bit mysterious. So I think I'd like to do something a little bit closer to that again, this kind of dark, mysterious spy, maybe maybe go a little bit more cosmic, AI, maybe play a type of Star Trek realm, a ethereal creature or something. That could be really fun, maybe an alien. I think maybe I would go a little bit more the next thing I want to do is an alien. Either voice gig or live action.
Yeah, because I can see your voice fits like a princess. I can see that.
A princess? Really? Yeah. I don't know if you feel this way, Joe, but sometimes when you hear your voice, you're like, oh, I can't sound like that. I feel like sometimes I'm like that where my voice just sounds so kind of squeaky,
Your voice reminds me of a princess.
Well, that's so nice of you. I really appreciate that. I think a lot of the times the voice gigs that I end up getting are the ones of the kind of valley Dakota girls, but I think it's fun because I'm not the typical high pitch. There's a little bit of a darker rasp, low. So I think sometimes it cuts through, which I like, So that's always been fun. Maybe a stronger, beautiful, headstrong princess,
Your voice sounds like, I don't know what characters. I'm blanking the name. A Rugrats character.
A Rugrats character.
I could see that.
Angelica?
I don't know. Maybe I've seen Rugrats in I don't know, maybe years now. I don't know why, but
watch Rugrats when I was a kid.
Because that's what your voice sounds like one of the characters from Rugrats. I'm sorry, Carleigh.
Phil or Lil?
Maybe that's it. I could see that.
But then they'd have to talk like this a lot. I think maybe I would like to do a little bit more of a younger voice sometimes. Yeah. I still really want to go with that alien. You never know how you can change your voice in terms of creating a new diction, especially when they have Klingon and different languages.
Mm-hmm.
could that be?
That's cool. So I'm
Like
assuming
the
you're
alien
big.
princess.
Oh, like so
I know.
I'm assuming you're a big Star Trek fan. I'm assuming.
I think I'm
Yes.
just a big like space fan in
Space.
general. So any kind of show that comes out, whether it's it's something about like the cosmos in general, or just anything about space and AI and maybe this like new insurgence of technology and what's out there, that kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, I find myself getting a little bit more like, let's keep going there. Let's keep figuring out what's out there. I don't know. Am I being too wacky, or do you feel the same way sometimes?
No, I feel like they. I don't know if I told you as a kid, I used to collect like they used to sell them at like the store here, like by my house, like little alien figures. When you said alien, I was like, oh my god! So I think
What did they look like?
they're like these little glow in the dark aliens, like this size. I would say they're glow in the dark, and sometimes they have like a burger in their hand, a pizza slice, something goofy.
Why would you have a burger?
It was weird. It was like a goofy. I used to collect. I think I had like over 300 of those. I want to say back when I was a kid. So,
300? Oh my gosh, that's amazing! And then they would all glow in the dark.
oh yeah, it was so cool. It was super
How
cool. It
bright
was like
is your room?
oh, it was like so like it was like a big glow in the dark thing. So it was really cool.
That sounds amazing. Would you ever put them in like pyramids?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it could stack like that. Sometimes I would.
Oh, that's so cool. That's really neat.
And then
That's like
and they would come like in like a little case. It would be like an alien spaceship. The case they would come in, which was really cool.
so cool. And you could keep the case too, right?
Yes, it was so cool. It was like,
I wish I had that.
so, yeah. I'm assuming.
You just had crazy bones.
I like your shirt though. Is that Marvel related? Sorry.
So I channeled my Dakota Zoid a little bit, and this is Hulk. But it's the Hulk issue first appearance of Wolverine.
Ooh, that's really cool.
It's the actual issue of where they introduced Wolverine. So
would you be nervous being Hugh Jackman then?
I might just go to sleep. I might just go one of those.
Cause I love surprising people. Like for example, I surprise you with that Sam thing. I want to get some people you would like to see on. That'd be cool. If you get to
That
meet
would
them.
be insane. I don't know how I would be able to repay you. But yeah, that would be crazy. How did you start this podcast?
Ooh, okay, so it was April 29th of 2020. I graduated virtually high school. I figured I'd start these podcasts to help spread positivity because the pandemic is down and depressing for people. I want to help cheer people up by interviewing some like maybe their favorite people too, like Total Drama, SpongeBob, a whole bunch of other shows. Help cheer people up, lift them up.
That's amazing. That's so good. And does it ever get a little bit stressful, or is this just like so much fun for you?
It's fun. It's fun, especially when I like let's go through like after. Sometimes like after, like for example, after I get off this call with you, I'll probably be jumping up and down because I was so happy.
Me too, man. Me too.
So I get so excited, like especially also like when editing it, putting it all together. I don't know if you notice, I put like clips of the person in the podcast too. When I get clips, I'm like, oh my god, that's Dakota, for example. Like, oh my god.
So what's it? So you edit it too afterwards?
Yes.
And you like the editing process as well?
It's fun, like I get to like play. Like, it's fun to play around with it. That makes sense. It's cool. One of my favorite parts too is like the thumbnail. Like the thumbnail is like the cover image because you get to see like all the different parts of the person's career. I don't know if that makes sense. Sorry.
Yes. Oh my gosh, totally. So there's like that like technical artistry as well that goes behind it. That's so cool.
And I always make sure to like off it's showing up next to the light, but the drawings, I always make sure to put like she's like my little best friend, Danielle, my niece, sister. She always likes to draw.
Well, that's so sweet. I love that so much. She did such a good job.
Sorry if you can't see in the background because the lighting's so sorry.
No, I can see. It's beautiful. So that's amazing. So you started the podcast in 2020.
Yes.
Wow. Do you do any voice impressions?
Me?
Yeah.
I could do 2.
Okay.
Not good though. They're not good though. I don't think you want to hear them. They're bad. They're bad.
Can you do one?
Sure. Which one do you want? Okay. Do you want Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, or do you want Mr. Hanky from South Park? I'm sure you know both characters. I'm assuming you do.
Yeah,
'Cause
can
they're-
you do Stitch?
Oh God.
Were you
Okay.
expecting me to say the other?
Okay. Okay. Hey, it's Miss Stitch. How you doing? Hey, Carleigh.
Cute. That's so sweet. Good job.
When I do that voice, my niece like freaks out. She's like that. So
Do you like go up behind her?
yeah, sometimes I say Danielle. Sometimes she's like, "What is that Stitch?"
Yes. Like, no, follow the. Get me a sandwich.
Or like I'm assuming you know Mr. Hanky, right, from South Park?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry if it's bad. I'm sorry if it's loud too. Okay. Hey, what's me, Mr. Hanky?
That's really good.
That's all I could. I'm not good at I'm not really that good at voices. My main hobby is Carleigh. I don't know if I told you. I want to become a director. I love to write scripts.
Oh,
Love
a writer director.
Yes.
So, what kind of scripts would you write?
I do mystery, space, time travel. I do everything. I could write you as an alien princess.
Yes! Yes!
I could do it.
That'd be amazing. Very cool. And so when you write, do you come up with your own like planets or like system, or do you kind of gravitate towards what we've already had and then build off of that?
I do like a mixture, if that makes sense. Like a mix.
Very
Mix. I also wrote this one comedy script. I'm assuming do you know the Canadian actor and comedian Seth Rogen? You know who he is?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And do you know who Daniel Radcliffe is from Harry Potter? You know, Harry Potter himself.
Oh yeah.
I thought like this sounds goofy. A funny script idea with the two of them being best friends, and they do like these. It's hard to explain. It. Like they do these challenges overnight. It's goofy.
That sounds like a very funny pairing. I feel like the two of them together would be so funny, especially because I feel like Daniel Radcliffe could fit on Seth Rogen's shoulders.
Yeah, because
I feel like their size comparison would be hilarious as well.
Because I actually love like some scenes like of a script. Like, okay, I don't know if this might sound. I'm sorry if it's gross. I actually have a scene in the movie. Like, okay, imagine they went to like a frat party, right? Okay, the frat guys are wasted. You know what I mean? You know what I mean by that. Okay, drunk.
I hear you, Joe. I hear you.
Okay. Okay. So Seth has got to use the bathroom. He
Oh my god.
He's pees by the front door, but then they also do a prank to the frat guys. And when the frat guys are running out, they slip on the. I'm not gonna say it, but
Honest beer?
yeah. Sorry if that sounds gross. I'm sorry.
That sounds so funny. I feel like I pictured that in my mind too when that was happening. Be like, and then they do one of those like slips where their legs go out in front of them, like.
and at first the guys thought it was like a beer or anything, but then they smell like, oh my god, it's piss. It's piss.
Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst. Oh, that'd be terrible. And then you have to walk around smelling like someone else's pee.
Because I love writing. Like I bet you if you saw these scripts, especially my time travel space ones, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, for sure. Why? Yeah. I don't doubt that you're such a creative guy. These scripts have got to be like mind-bending and cool.
Thank you. Out of this world, get it?
Out of this world. Oh no.
Thank you.
Alien princess guaranteed.
You can name the thing Alien Princess. Technically. Right?
What? So cool.
No.
I'll do my one South Park, and it's very short too. But I'll do my and you have to guess who this is. Hey there, fellers.
Is that Butters?
Yeah.
That sounds like Butters. I'm sorry. It sounds like Butters.
That is Butters. Hey there, fellers. And that's all I got.
I was like, oh my god, it sounds like Butters.
Okay, good. That's
Thank
my
you.
little
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you do any other impressions? Any other? Yeah.
Sometimes, but like it just kind of like comes up. Like sometimes when you do impressions, I don't want to feel like I'm like making fun of people either. You know what I mean? Like it's a fine line between like actually being like, oh, I think this is super fun, and then like other making fun. But I feel like there was this one kid that made the news. Do you know the apparently kid?
The what kid? Sorry.
He was like he was like he was interviewed
Okay.
about on like riding on like a roller coaster, and he was like, apparently you're spinning around and you get dizzy. So I used to do that a lot because apparently you're spinning around and you get dizzy. Well, I just freak out. 'Cause apparently I'm just a kid and I don't watch the news.
So get the apparently kid on the podcast.
I know. Oh, but maybe he'd be upset. That's the only thing. Maybe he'd be mad. You know, I was like, oh, do I even do this show right now? And then he get the apparently kid, and he's gonna be like, I did not find that funny.
Or imagine he's like a big fan of total drama, though you never know if he's like a fan of your character too. Then would that be funny?
I mean, that would be the hope. Maybe that would be the hope where I could just like be like, oh, I'm gonna cruise through, potentially making you upset by being like, but I'm a huge fan of total drama. Yeah.
Now, over the years of your career, do you still keep in touch with co-stars and directors you've worked with?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And especially with Total Drama, because I feel like the 10-year anniversary for our season. So a lot of people were reaching out because people wanted to check in and say hi. And I think there was like a couple other kind of like fan groups that wanted a couple of us to come on because it was the 10-year anniversary. So in terms of that, for sure. And then for like TV movies and like TV shows that I've done, for sure. Like, because I'm in Toronto and a lot of the things film in Toronto, you run into people all the time, or you maintain friendships with people that you work with. So yeah, all the time. Except when you have to go head to head and you have to go against them and see who gets the part of a new show. Then you go, No, you wish them well. You wish them well.
This might be tough. Who is the coolest person that you've worked with? The coolest.
The coolest person that I've worked with? I mean, that's really tough. And it's hard for me to answer because, you know, everyone I've worked with has been so utterly cool in their own way. Like,
Okay.
I just feel like there's a lot of people that I've worked with. I've been so lucky to work with such very cool people. I think a cool thing that I've ended up being a part of is when I did a TV movie with Kim Dickens. She played my mom, and then she became the Fear of the Walking Dead lead. So that was pretty cool. I can look, and every so often we send each other happy birthdays. So she's like this kind of like big Fear of the Walking Dead superstar, and every so often she'll be like, happy birthday, daughter. And I'm like, oh, thanks. And then I actually did a very tiny small part on this movie called Kin, a little sci-fi. And I had 3 or 4 scenes, but the only scene that I talked in was just with me and James Franco. And so that wasn't really like, I was not myself. Like, the character was a little bit, dingy. But I think one of the cool things is there's only maybe like 6 or 8 people that talk in that whole movie. So as the credits go up, it's like James Franco, Michael B. Jordan, Zoe Kravitz, Carleigh Beverly.
All these people. I'm sorry, those are a lot of wow.
Dennis Quaid, Jack. What was that? What's the lead's name?
Jack Quaid. He's a popular actor.
What's his name? He was the lead in Kin. So that's kind of like some of the cool factors. But ultimately, like, that I work with are like, honestly, everyone's pretty sky high in cool factor.
I do have a question though to ask you.
Oh yeah.
Sorry if it's personal. When is your birthday? It's not on Google. I'm sorry.
Oh, funny you should say. I'm just looking up his.
Because I like to wish my guests happy birthday.
Jack Raynor.
That sounds very familiar.
I actually will say, and this is a little bit of like a sneaky thing, but I think people know this already. Do you know the show that's come out called Titans?
Yeah.
So I was in school. I went back to school, and so I wasn't doing much acting, but they needed a body double for one of the leads because she was 13 and she couldn't work really long hours. So I played the body double of the girl who played Raven. So Tegan Croft. And I will just say, like, I loved playing this like undercover Raven character, and Tegan is maybe one of the coolest girls I know. And that show was super fun. I mean, what show out there has like Batman on it and Nightwing. So, but getting back to my birthday is summer solstice, so it is coming up June 21st.
I'm wishing you, because I like to wish me and my mom like to wish our guests happy birthday, so I wish you happy birthday.
Oh, thanks so much. So my birthday's first day of summer. I'm very excited.
June 21st, and I'm guessing you're 25 years old.
That is correct.
You look like you're 25, that's why, Carleigh.
Well, I thank you very much. No, I'm upwards. I am up a little bit more.
32.
I'm turning 32.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
You spoiled it. Dakota. How old do you think Dakota is?
18, 16.
18? Yeah, fair enough. Because they never really say the ages of the characters, do they? Interesting.
Now, what director taught you the most? Is there a director you want to work with? You haven't worked with it.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Yes. Joe. 100%. 100%. That's it. Done deal. Joe, Alien Princess, all of it. That's literally it. No one else. I will work for nobody except Joe. My contract.
Any director is there one that taught you the most? Like, because they help teach the actors.
I worked with Bobby Roth on a Lifetime movie, and he did a lot of the. I think he directed most of like the Prison Break show when it was out, and
that's a good show. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a big show. And so I just remember him being really integral to, like he was really hands-on. And then even in the editing process, he brought us back to he took a day with us to come back after we had shot it and spent a day kind of like watching our performance and then just giving us pointers and talking about the show afterwards. And I thought that was really nice. I just thought that was like a kind of thing to do after the fact. I thought that was such a well-rounded kind of experience, That was
awesome.
Yeah.
Now, if you were like an actress or voice actress, what do you think you would have done as a career instead? What other interesting hobbies besides those?
Besides that?
Yes.
Well, I'm doing a little bit of stuff right now. So I work as a and I really love it. So I work as a instructor behavioral therapist. So I work with a lot of kids on the spectrum, or I work with kids who just need a little bit more of support in either their everyday life in their school. And so that's been really, really fun. Like I genuinely have like the most fun working with kids in general. And especially those on the spectrum are just like some of the most beautiful individuals. And they teach me so much about myself. So I've just had such a blast doing that as well. I think things involving animals, like training animals, especially just like a kind of like a dog trainer maybe too. But ultimately I would love to continue doing stuff that was more, like you said, like writing. I love writing. And I love performing. So I would still keep that in my back pocket for sure.
You got like a very kind heart. I could see that.
Joe. That's so nice.
You're very nice, kind, and helpful, Carleigh. So.
Cheers. Don't turn me into Dakota. I can't handle it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. You too. You're like so very sweet. I've been watching your podcast as well, and you just like again, you just are such a sweet, beautiful, like I said, like salt of the earth individual. I feel like you do. I know what you said you want your podcast to do, and I think you do that. Like I think you're just such a beautiful human that you do. You make the world a little bit of that like more positivity that you are going for. And like you do that a lot. You do a lot. So thanks for having me be a part of it. Because now I got a little bit of Joe's glow.
Thank you. Now, favorite band or artist and type of music? What kind of music does Carleigh like?
Okay, so Hosier is like very much up there. And then I like you when you were talking about how your folks brought you up on kind of like, 50s, 60s, 60s, 70s. Same with me. My folks brought me up on classic rock, and I went into a little bit of that like rock folk. So like the Guess Who and Creedence Clearwater Revival, like those that kind of sound is kind of my sound. So if there's any bands out there that are close to that, like I really liked Kings of Leon. There's a new band out that kind of sound a little bit like them, but like Foals are really good too. And then yeah, like individual artists, like there's this one female artist that I really like called Mitski. She is phenomenal. I listen to her and I feel like my whole body just like vibrates. It's cool. It's a beautiful thing when music can envelop so much of your emotions and then let you kind of cathartically wrap yourself in the melodies and then, explore different parts of yourself that you weren't really, you didn't really feel like you were in touch with. I like the music that gets you in touch with yourself and brings up things like that Hosier Take Me to Church kind of thing. You're like, whoa, that was so beautiful. I felt something that I wasn't even sure I even had to feel,
Is there music you like can't stand? Like, so that way I know if I ever play it. Is there music you can't stand? If you don't like?
Is there music I can't stand? I mean, oh no. I'm not like the biggest fan of country music. Like the pop country music.
Thank you. Somebody that understands. I don't like that either. So
Okay. It's hard to say it, I feel like it's hard to say that. But yeah, no. I can't see myself willingly going to a concert and
Thank
listen.
you. Someone that will like, because I understand what you mean. I understand.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your favorite other than Freddie Mercury? Do you have a favorite band?
Besides Queen and Freddie?
Besides Queen, yeah.
I love a lot of 70s and 80s rock music.
Yeah. So do you like?
Well, I would say a lot of hits and classics back in the day. Sorry.
Yeah. So do you like bands like The Who and Pink Floyd, or are you more like Cream and Genesis, or are you more like Stevie Wonder and the Temptations?
Ooh, you're naming a lot of good choices. Have you heard of the band Cheap Trick?
Yes. You like Cheap Trick?
Yes.
They sing that song, I want you to want. Okay. That's my thought.
Got it.
Yes.
Now, favorite sports and favorite teams?
Oh, I think I have to,
Do you like hockey since you're from Canada?
I think I have to stay true and be like a true Maple Leafer. Yeah. And you know what? I don't know if you've followed hockey or particularly the Maple Leafs at this point, but they're a really fun team to watch right now. And so, they might not be where we want them to be right now, but they're a really fun team to watch right now. So, yeah, I think a lot of Toronto's teams at this point have made it very entertaining, and they have a lot of strong players right now. So our community of teams at the moment are like, we feel we're like backing them. We feel quite powered. They're giving us confidence too to root for them. So I would have to say maybe the Maple Leafs. But I used to play tennis, and I really like tennis, watching tennis too.
I bet my favorite hockey team will shock you.
Is it? Should I guess?
Sure. You get $1 million if you guess. I'm kidding.
No. The penguins.
You would think it would be the black, because I live in Chicago. You would think it would be the Blackhawks, but no. Uh-uh.
Is it Canadian? Are they Canadian? They are Oilers. Oh my gosh! Here, not the Canadians.
No.
Not the Senators.
Mm-mm.
The Flames.
Mm-mm.
Oh my god! I'm naming everything. What's Vancouver?
Vancouver
It's
Canucks.
Vancouver.
Vancouver Canucks.
Oh really? How come
Yes.
you like the Canucks?
Well, when I was 2 or 3, one of their players, Marcus Naslin, their captain at the time, gave me, like, after the practice, hey, do you want this, buddy? It was his stick. And from then on, Canuck.
What? He gave you his stick?
Yes.
Did they win the game?
Yes.
Do you still have the stick?
Right there.
Oh my gosh! But you were 2 or 3, right?
Yes.
Do you
Yes.
remember? Do you remember being handed the stick?
Yeah. Because that was one of my favorite moments of my life so far. So. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
So he just, what did he do? He just like over the bleachers?
He was like, hey, buddy, you want this? Because I kept calling his name like Marcus. Hey, buddy, you want this? It was a stick. I was like, so yeah.
So as he was like the game was over and he walked back into the change room and he handed you a stick?
Yes.
That's amazing. I feel like they don't do that very often.
And actually, one of my good buddies is the captain of the current Canucks, Bo Horvat. One of my good buddies.
What?
Bo Horvat, yeah.
So would you go to a game?
In here, yeah, in Illinois. I've never been to Canada. I've always wanted to go to Canada.
You've never been to Canada?
No.
I think you've got to come to Canada now.
I have to, I could stop by Toronto and say, hey, Carleigh, let's go.
That would be amazing. What? Yeah. There's a bunch of us on Total Drama there. We could have a whole reunion picnic thing.
That'd be cool. Have you ever been to Chicago? Like, that's where we're at.
I have. In fact, I have. I went to Lollapalooza.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I went to Chicago for Lollapalooza, to be honest. I really liked it. I was only there for 4 days and it was during a music festival, but Chicago's great. It's so
You gotta come back. You gotta come back.
I know, I do. And it's not that far away.
True. So if you come, we go to the next Lollapalooza, I'd be like, hey, Joe, I'm in town. I'm like, oh, okay, let's go.
Yeah. And we'll have to go see a show or something. So I'll be like, Hosier's playing. Come see
That'd
it.
be cool.
You're gonna be like, be like, oh no, this country music. Bye.
Now,
I'm busy.
what is your favorite food? What's Carleigh's favorite food?
Ooh.
You also tell me your least favorite, so that way, if I meet you, I'm not gonna give you food you don't like. It's like,
Interesting. So my comfort food is ramen. Yeah. Okay. So my comfort food is ramen, or I like a really, really big Greek dinner. Even though I'm not Greek, I think like tzatziki. I could bathe in tzatziki. It's so good. Their potatoes, their meat. They've got all the right preparation for such a delicious meal. So that's probably my favorites, like Greek food, just because they give you such a good portion. And or this like spicy ramen that I always like to get when I'm feeling a little bit blue. My least favorite food, and I really want to try and like this, but it just tastes like dirt, is beets.
I've never had a beet, so I want to know.
I mean, I wouldn't suggest you eat it, but it's super healthy for you, and I just can't get behind it. Like, it's just one of those things where I've tried it a couple times. My taste palette hasn't changed. Every time I eat it, I feel like I'm tasting cardboard off the side of the street, and I don't want to put that on a salad,
There's a food I don't like, though, sushi. Sorry.
What?
Sorry.
Why?
It tastes weird. It tastes weird. The raw fish part, that's probably why.
Oh, fair.
Sorry. You were saying something? Sorry.
Oh, no. No, I don't know. I just can't believe you don't like sushi.
Sorry.
You can get like cucumber or like yam rolls and stuff.
It looks weird. I'm sorry, Carleigh. I'm sorry.
That's fair. It's an acquired taste, too.
The only fish I've eaten is salmon. It's the only fish I like. Salmon.
Yeah. And do you have a favorite food?
Ooh. Okay, what do I look like? What kind of food do I like? What kind of food do you think I look like?
What kind of food do you feel like? Oh, was that a hint?
No, I just didn't.
Shish kebab? No. Um, are you like a burger and fry kind of guy?
Oh no, you said the thing.
Or
It's a burger. It's
it
a
is
burger.
burger? That's what I kind of thought. Is it? For
Yeah,
real? I never thought it?
whenever we go to a restaurant, I always make sure to order a triple cheeseburger.
What if they don't have that? You better
Fries.
get
Yeah, fries. If not, then I always eat cheeseburger. Whenever we go, because there's a restaurant called Portillo's. I don't know if you heard of that before. We always make sure I always order that.
Amazing. So and then is it just cheese or do you put a little bit of ketchup on or a little bit of?
I do ketchup and mustard, but I can't. I hate pickles. I'm sorry.
I hate pickles too. I hate pickles too. Yeah.
I hate pickles. Just the taste. It's too sweet and it's just too.
All of it. I'm with you. I'm with you, Joe. All of it. I want to like pickles because sometimes when people bite into it, it seems refreshing, but
It's not.
I can't get behind it. I've had pickles on a burger before, and I remember my friends being like, "You're eating a pickle. It's on a hamburger. Are you okay?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm just gonna try." That's the only time I'll try and eat a pickle.
So next time, if I see you, give you pickles and beets. I'm kidding.
Well, then I'm gonna take you to a country music festival that also only sells pickles. And we're gonna have to sit and listen and eat it.
There's another food I don't like too. A lot of people like, but I don't like it. Cornbread. I don't like cornbread. You know what cornbread is?
Cornbread's not the worst.
I don't like
But
corn.
it's
It's just
like-
weird tasting. And I don't like corn dogs.
Interesting flavor. If you said corn, I would have been with you because I can't really get behind corn.
I can't eat corn dogs. I hate corn dogs. You know what corn dogs are? Well,
Yeah, aren't
I
they
hate
good?
those. I hate those.
But you can put like ketchup and mustard on it, can't you?
I tried it, but it tastes weird. It's the cornbread. You know the cornbread around the corn dog?
Oh, but it's kind of sweet, isn't it?
Danielle loves corn dogs. That's all I know.
So now here's the epic question. So
Sure.
in terms of snacks / desserts, are we a sweet or are we a salty savory? Are we like I'm gonna go for the ice cream chocolate stuff, or I'm gonna be like the sour or chips kind of thing?
See, I like a Three Musketeers, my favorite candy. all
Okay.
time. Favorite ice cream is generic vanilla.
Okay, fair enough. Are you a chips person?
I could eat them, but not like I could eat potato chips, but I try. You know what Takis are? I don't know if that's the thing in Canada. The
Yeah.
hot chips. I try eating them, but I have like a bad stomach problem. I can't eat that much spicy. Like I can eat spicy, but not like too much. If that makes sense, because it's very bad for you,
I know. Well, I mean, no one should really eat that much spicy stuff anyway, so I hear you.
Tell my
Yeah.
brother that. So my brother, he's like he's like a garbage disposal. He eats.
Oh, I don't know how people do that. I watched I think it was like a whole series of people making the hottest peppers and then being able to eat it. And you're like,
Heck no.
why would you do that to yourself?
Heck no.
You shouldn't do that to your human body. And people do, you know?
It's crazy.
See, unfortunately, Joe, I'll let you in on a little secret, and it's not a very fun secret, but I am one of those people who were unfortunately given this beautiful gift of having a peanut allergy. So I can't have your Three Musketeers, I don't think. I'll never be able to taste this beautiful flavor of chocolatey goodness that Joe likes so much because I would die.
Man, why can't you? My brother, there's a pizza place out here called, man, that's why I can show you Bachi. They sell 30-inch pizza slices. Your face like, what? For $8, and my brother ate 2 of those in 5 minutes.
Is that on purpose?
It was a contest. If you could eat under 10 seconds, 10 minutes, and he ate in 5 minutes.
What do you win?
A $25 gift.
Oh my god! And then he's just gonna spend it on more pizza slices.
It's crazy. Like I don't know how he's like a stomach girl. Like what the heck? His name's Michael. What the heck is wrong with you, Michael?
There's a weird. I feel like it's a weird mental game with your stomach that you have to be like, nope, you're just gonna eat it. Like you ever watch those Fear Factor shows?
Oh yeah.
People just have to overcome this. They're eating bugs and people
Sorry.
these like like fish smoothies and stuff, and you gotta eat it. And I don't know how people do it. I wouldn't be able to get through some of that.
Personally, I'm afraid of bugs. I'm weird like that. I'm afraid. I don't know about you, but I'm afraid of bugs. I don't like spiders. Oh god. Oh god. Sorry. Just thinking about that. Sorry.
No. But spiders aren't meant to hurt you, right?
But especially, have you seen have you ever seen like a big one though before?
Not. I mean, yes, actually, I went to New Zealand with a friend, and they had some pretty lively insects down. Yeah, and we went on a couple tours too, especially like night tours where you can see some of like the glow worms in the caves, and yeah, pretty interesting. I know I wouldn't take you there. Don't worry about it.
do you have any phobias then? Since I mentioned my.
What am I afraid of? Like I don't think I have like a phobia of snakes. I just wouldn't want to be around a lot of snakes.
So you snakes, okay. I'm kidding.
But one of my like weird phobias is I can't watch men, even like in movies or like TV shows, I can't watch men shave their neck. I can't do it. Like it just is terrifying. It's terrifying. Sorry. It's so weird because I can't even touch.
I'm sorry.
I can't even touch. I can't even touch my neck. It's so it's so close. And you're like, you're so close to danger, man. Like I can't even
okay, like, so since Sam has got like a beard, what if he shaves some of his beard?
I know I would have to leave the room. I would definitely have to leave the room. I certainly couldn't help him at all. Or Dakota would be like,
yeah, I know what you mean though. Like sometimes, like because my dad sometimes can't reach because he's shorter. I have to cut his hair. I just get gaggy reflex. I'm sorry, I get like a gag reflex. Yep. That makes sense.
Yep.
So I get what you mean. I get like
that's just gagging.
Yeah, because I don't know. It's just something about it. I don't know why. It just grosses. Oh, no,
it's so weird. It's so bizarre. I don't know if I was a dude. I don't know how I would have shave. I would just be so nervous.
You just leave it keep growing and growing, and you'd be like one of the ZZ Top guys. You know the ZZ Top.
Yeah, just ZZ Top, but like here. I'd look like a goat.
Oh, Carleigh, do you have any projects in the works that are coming up? Anything coming up?
Do I have any projects in the works? I have a couple like potentials that I can't really talk about. They're a little bit exciting. One of them you mentioned already today, so that might be a little bit of a hint for you, but I won't go into detail and I can't say anything more about it.
Is it the thing my favorite show? Is that one of the things? I
can't say anything more about that.
Okay.
Might not be that one. We talked about a couple other shows, so it might be
okay, I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, okay, no. Okay, I'm not gonna say it.
Potentially. And then anything else exciting? I don't know.
Space Princess?
Yeah,
or Alien Princess.
I'm waiting for Joe to finish the script about an alien princess. That's like the most exciting thing. I'm looking forward to soon. So get on that, please.
Gotcha.
I'll come over to Chicago and we'll have like a writer's room.
Got you. And then if I don't get downtime, I'll become the Dakotas. I'm kidding.
Yes. Pickles, throwing pickles everywhere. My green hair, like, Dakota man.
Now, Carleigh, what is your advice for younger kids on becoming a voice actor? Or voice actress and actress. What's your advice?
What's my advice? I think what I would try and say is no matter what, like keep finding the joy, because sometimes people can make it feel a little bit too much like work, or people can make you feel like, sometimes you're not doing the best job. So I think ultimately, like, just maintaining like the fun for yourself and the love of it is going to just help you enjoy the whole process of it all. And I think just like anything too, like really just like have fun, like explore and surprise yourself and just give yourself the time and space and allow yourself to feel every like magical thing that you individually are, and then allow yourself to let that shine. Because I think sometimes people will want something a certain way, or they will, or young kids will feel like they have to do it to please other people. But like, give yourself the time to see your own worth, to see your own shine, to explore everything that you can do, and then just go and blow it out of the water, and then just go have the most fun doing that.
I say like stay humble. Remember where you came from. I mean.
Oh, I love that too. Oh yeah.
Because thank you. Because a lot of people like are like, oh, I'm big and bad. Like, don't get cocky. Like, what the heck? You know?
Oh, I know, but I feel like that type of mentality is like, are you in, like, what are you in it for? Are you in it to have fun and really make people enjoy it, or are you in it because you want something out of it for just yourself? Like, if you genuinely want to spread that kind of happiness and positivity, Joe, that you so rightly are doing, then like that kind of humbleness and like wholesome love is always gonna be the first thing people think of, you know? And everyone has that. So maybe like what you said too, like stay humble, keep that love, joy, and positivity like your main priority.
Thank you, Carleigh.
Yeah.
Now, Carleigh, would you be willing to come back on for part 2, answer some fan submitted questions?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. If you would want to have me on, I don't know. I'm like a bumbling maniac right now too. I feel like I've just like talked so much.
That'd be cool, because then people are like, oh my god, because I have questions for Dakota, because I could post it like in this Total Drama Reddit group, and I could ask them if they have any questions, and that way, when I do a part 2 with you, when we do this again, I'd be like, for example, Dakota fan 123 asks, and then their question.
Very cool. Yeah, for sure. I'd love to. I'd have to go back into my Dakota brain too, you know? It would give me a reason to go back in time and like, you know, give that a rewatch.
Mm-hmm. Now, before I ask you my last question, do you have any questions?
I have tons of questions for you, Joe. How much in advance do you think of the questions that you want to ask people?
Ooh.
Or are there particular questions that you ask everybody, and then do you make up particular questions for the individual?
That what you just said. Sorry, am I good at repeating what you just said? Sorry.
Fair. Is there ever a time where you would be like, I need to meet this person in person?
Ooh. A lot of the people, like if they're like very nice and very cool, for example, Carleigh, I'd want to meet you in real life because you're really cool. Nice.
Oh, very nice. And then is there ever a time, so say Total Drama, say you get your quota and you get everybody on Total Drama, what is the next chapter for Joe's podcast? Is it continuing like the part 3s, the part 4s, like continuing the narrative of each character? Or do you then kind of cross-pollinate and have different people on? And
I was thinking maybe like do everybody from Total Drama, and do like the part 2s like eventually, and do also half of that, do like another show maybe.
Yeah.
More shows.
And then leave us to the wayside.
Well, Total Drama people were like, I don't know if I told you to, Carleigh, the Total Drama interviews are my favorite ones I've done.
Okay, perfect. Very cool. My other question. Sorry. What were you going to say?
I was saying, because if I had to choose, like, of all my interviews, like, I like the Total Drama ones, because, like I said, like, it was a big show of my childhood. Like, all other shows, like, I've interviewed, like, people I have, but Total Drama ones, like, are different, if that makes sense.
Yeah. How do you know who you want to talk to, and when? How do you choose?
Like, who to go, like, who do I want, like, how do I choose what character I want to talk to first?
Yeah.
Because I choose, like, my favorite characters. Dakota.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh.
Because Dakota is such a good character. Like, if I had chosen that season you're in, favorite character.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy. Well, thank you very much. I know she just came out of nowhere and became whatever she became. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of also fan theories too. Like her cousin in the show is Heather. I don't know if you heard that fan theory before.
I know we're very similar. I've felt the similarities when Dakota made her
Appearance.
big entrance. Yeah, like a lot of people were talking about how this is the new Heather, but she wasn't as mean. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. So yeah, I do. I like the fan theories, and also I forget what the right now the name's going to escape me, but there's a YouTube artist. I'm going to say artist, and they write these stories, these mysteries about total drama characters, and they almost play them out like Clue, and like who done it, and there's like different, and so that's when they can take different characters from different seasons, and each episode is like a different who done it with different characters. You don't have us talking or anything, but they write a narration and you kind of follow along like it's a written story that you're watching over like video. And I think that kind of stuff I think is so neat, because then you just get to take our characters and they get to live on somewhere else, you know?
I've never like thought I would do that, like interview my Total Drama people. Like when I was a kid, like watching a show, like if I could tell my younger self, like Joe, you'll be interviewing so and so, until like, oh my god, like I was freaked out. Bro,
That's
like,
amazing. And here you are to tell the tale, and I'm like freaking out. Oh my god, I'm on the podcast.
is it? I don't know if it is. Is this your first ever Total Drama interview, Carleigh? Sorry, Carleigh.
Probably. Yeah, maybe this is. I know at the beginning we were doing, well, and Chris Potenza, you know.
Oh, Christian.
So he at the time was doing, I think, like blogs or like
Oh yeah.
show.
Were you in any of those? I don't remember that, honestly.
So what? Yeah. So one day when I went into, I remember one day when I was doing one of my recordings, he was there, and so he asked me a couple questions at the time. I don't know if he posted that or put that up somewhere, but maybe technically that doesn't count, and this will be my first.
Got you. Hey, I never saw that in his show because I've seen all his videos. I'm sorry, Carl.
Oh no, I got cut. I got thrown out.
Come on, why you do that to Dakota?
No! That's enough of Dakota.
Because I remember Peter told me I was actually his first, and I'm gonna be his only interviewer for Total Drama. He told me that's what he told me on like podcast. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's pretty special.
So yeah, he's really nice and funny too. Really cool guy. So.
Oh, amazing. Well, I'm glad everyone's been super fun too.
Yeah.
Now, here's a question.
Sure.
So Total Drama creators, so they hear that Joe does this Du Bois podcast, and they go, well, he's gotta be on the show.
That'd be cool.
Do you go on as yourself, or do you go and say, I want to create a character?
I'll leave that up to them because they're the creators and the writers.
But wouldn't that be cool if they put you on the show as you?
That would be so cool. Like, it'd be like a Total Drama podcast or something.
Yeah, and they'd give you your headset and stuff. That'd be so neat.
That'd be cool. If I met, did you ever meet them, Tom McGillis and Jennifer Perch?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm like a big Total Drama super fan, so I know like all the names. Even the directors would be like, "Whoa, Joe!" Like,
yeah, yep, for sure. That was fun. Yeah.
Sorry. Well, it's crazy. It's been like 10 years too, because Danielle, she was born in 2012 too. So.
That's nuts. That's nuts. Well, I'm glad she still gets to appreciate it too, and find the same kind of love that you have for it too. So that's nice. You guys get to share that. That's beautiful.
Thank you. Also, before I ask my last question, for Brian, aka Sam, your guy, you have anything you want to say to him?
Oh my gosh! Like, do I have a question, or should I say, do I do a sign off? That's
up to you, Dakota, aka Kerr.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Hi, Sam. I just wanted to say thank you so very much for that beautiful note. I had an excellent time answering your question. You are, of course, my favorite above all schmoochy woochy big hug bear cast member. I have one question for you if you decide to come back on. Samuel, if I was Dakota Zoid for the rest of my life, Would you still be with me?
Perfect. Because he actually is coming back on for part 2. So gotcha. Gotcha, Carleigh.
Cool.
He's very. Have you ever met? You said you never met him though. You never met Brian.
We were never in the recording studio together. No.
They missed out on Oh man, that's
I know. I was in it. I went in with Chris.
Okay.
Christian. I went in it with Tyrone at some point, which was funny. I think we were just doing like cheering. But yeah, most of the time I was by myself.
Is there anything you would like to promote and shout out that coupling down below?
I mean, I think just because Total Drama is back up on Netflix, like everyone continue to have fun and watch Total Drama Island. As for me, I can't say anything right now. But yeah, definitely look out for Carleigh on some level of things. But ultimately, just have a blast watching Total Drama Island because it's one of the coolest shows out there.
And also, she might be back in Total Drama. What?
No, I don't know if I can say that.
I don't know if you noticed too, Carleigh, like Total Drama 2, besides being on Netflix, is on YouTube. Did you know that?
Oh, all of it's on YouTube? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll watch it on YouTube too.
Do both. Well, thank you again. Thank you again, Carleigh, for being an awesome and amazing guest. I had an awesome time chatting with you.
This was so awesome. Thank you so much, Joe. This was amazing.
Thank you. Have a great day, everybody, and stay awesome. And you stay awesome, Carleigh.